As the NFL playoffs continue on to the divisional round, don't adjust your TV screens or schedule your eye appointments. DC rise and stand up as the Washington Commanders are indeed on the playoffs as they two-step to Motown, the Motor City, the land of BMF and sauce on top of their pizza. That's right, Detroit style. We're going to Motown, Commanders fans. Hell yeah. It's the divisional round of the playoffs. And of course, we got your Washington Commanders preview and predictions with our right-hand man, the Commanderlorain. But it's God's favorite host getting you ready for a Saturday night primetime showdown in Motown as the number one seed Detroit Lions return off of their bye week and their historic season. They look to continue their march towards their first ever Super Bowl. But the Commanders have that 1991 feel. You know. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you like. Make sure you hit that bell. You know the drill by now. It's your favorite Commanders content on the web. Vote on the poll down off below. It's the Flex Zone divisional round playoffs. Winner goes to the conference championship. Not much else needs to be said. Let's get to it. It is the Washington Commanders divisional round playoff game preview on the Flex Zone podcast. Crevonte, baby. Only place giving you that Washington Commanders content how you want it.
When you need it.
The divisional round playoffs and the Washington Commanders, Crevonte. We probably didn't have this on our bingo cards, but we're here. And let's just say the Commanders fans. DC invades Detroit on Saturday night.
who are we? The Commanders.
Not much else really needs to be said. Divisional round game. You get the number one seed. You got a big win on the road last week. Let's keep it going.
Yeah. It's still unbelievable that we've made it this far in one season, one calendar year, and a complete overhaul. It just really goes to show that it really goes to show how important upper management, the front office, and ownership is, because as soon as old boy got out of there, it's like things turned around almost immediately. But very, very exciting times. Commanders fans are traveling very well. Very, very, very well. Now, I don't expect a whole lot of them because, Detroit could kind of sway how the tickets are given out and stuff. But there will be Commanders fans in the Motor City and Motown. You know what I'm saying? Whether it be outside, inside, or both. I'm sure they're going to come and show out, man, because like you said, we referenced 1991 a lot. This year, we referenced it a whole lot. And for those that don't know, that was last season we were Super Bowl champions. 1991 being the season, and 1992, I believe, I want to say it was in January, because I think it was in January, maybe the end of January, because, Super Bowls earlier football days, sometimes it's the end of January, and as it's gone on, they added more weeks of football. It becomes a little bit later, but man, it feels really, really, really good.
Well, Crevonte, let's start there. You got the line. You got the number one seed. I mean, how good has Detroit been this year? 15-2. I guess we can start there. They are the number one seed. Dan Campbell biting kneecaps. In the Super Bowl era, they've never been to a Super Bowl, Crevonte. This is probably, outside of last year, their best year I can remember in recent memory.
Easily. Easily. I mean, this team was a laughingstock for years. Like this team had 0 wins one season. You know what I'm saying? And we were alive and well to see that. And again, once you make a change at a key position, you know, typically or the GM, head coach, quarterback, you make key changes there, and you have to be patient. This you have to be patient. Dan Campbell been here, I think 4 years, I believe, and he's improved every year, and the last 2 years have been the best. You know what I'm saying? So installing or instilling a culture is an underrated task, an underrated skill that one must have before becoming a head coach. It ain't about dominating whatever side of the ball you came from. You got to be able to lead people and get people to buy in, not just be a great play caller. And Dan Campbell has been able to do that. I mean, Dan Quinn has been able to do that too, but Dan Campbell for sure. Like he kind of came out of nowhere with his hire, and he seems to have been the best hire that the Lions have had. Lions are legitimate contenders for the Super Bowl. Never thought we say this in our lifetime, as bad as we saw the Lions, you know what I'm saying? But they absolutely fit 15 wins. It's crazy, you know what I'm saying? But they absolutely deserve to be where they are.
Well, Crevonte, you like to give the history between the two teams, so I do have the Lions and Commanders with the Washington Detroit history. Real quick, Crevonte, they played 47 times. Didn't notice 3 postseason games with Washington franchise, Crevonte, actually leading the all-time series 31-16, and the Lions have won the last 2 regular season matchups, but the team you guys actually beat them 19-16. So how do you feel about that? Being dominant.
Hey, Byron, you breaking up a little bit. You kind of you breaking up a little bit. I couldn't get that last question.
Okay, I'll be right.
All right. But yeah, man. While we wait for Byron to, hey Byron, you frozen? While we wait for Byron to get himself together, man. This is wild. This is really, really wild. Really wild for both organizations. Really and truthfully, because we go back to maybe about 10 years ago. These teams were bottom feeders. Teams were definitely bottom feeders. And for them to both be here right now is absolutely amazing. My man.
Yeah, Crevonte, how do you feel about that? Seeing the series 31-16. Last year of the Redskins, you guys actually got the win, but 3 playoff matchups. This will be the 4th as well overall.
That's funny that we met them so many times in the playoffs. But that is interesting. These are things that you typically don't think about, because this is not a team that we play ultra, too often, but 47 times is kind of a lot, especially for a team that's not in your division. But it's interesting. It's always good to look back at a little history, but I'm not surprised that we're leading, you know what I'm saying, because the Lions have had a nice stretch where their season weren't great.
Well, Crevonte, we know you love to dress like the pros, and that continues on in the divisional round. When you're laying out your threads, you got to dress like the pros. And Crevonte, they're going to run it back with the road gear, keeping it simple. Burgundy pants, burgundy socks, white jersey. It worked last week. How you feeling this week?
Oh yeah. You have to. The Lions, I'm there. How are the Lions not going to wear that blue? How are they not going to wear that blue? Spirit of Detroit podcast. What up, man? big matchup this weekend. Big matchup this weekend. We're all excited here. How are they not going to wear the blue on silver? How are they not going to wear that? You know what I'm saying? So since they are going to wear that, we have to go white because I'm sure they're going to go color. So us wearing white, we like might as well run it back. The white. This is our number one, road jersey. So I love it. I mean, it's the only jersey we typically could wear because all our games, even if we move on this time, it's gonna be on the road. You know what I'm saying? So I'm cool. I'm cool with the threads.
Crevonte, let us start with the injuries for the two teams. Let's go to the injury report because Commanders are pretty much look like they're pretty healthy going into this game for the most part. We talked about it last week. Again, that continues. You left Tampa pretty healthy. How you feeling with the injury report as I pull that up for you?
I like I said the week before, man. Or like last week. We're as healthy as we have ever been. This whole season. So that's all we can ask for going into a game like this. So, I think McGee is probably the only one that's out, our rookie linebacker. But yeah, I feel really good about this injury report.
Now, from a Detroit side, David Montgomery on track to play. I know he had a meniscus injury. That Sonic and Knuckles duo, that 1-2 punch, it's going to be hard to stop, but it's going to be a key, Crevonte. It's got to be.
Absolutely. I was not sure that he was going to make it back. So the fact that he is back is it's concerning. To say the absolute least is definitely concerning. But yeah, man, like they are really stacked. The Lions have the best offense as far as points per game. I believe they're averaging about 35. And it starts with that running game, with that 1-2 punch of Gibbs and Montgomery. That it'll be tough to stop. At this point, I'm just hoping him being back. I'm just hoping he's not 100%, because if he 100%, we're in trouble anyway, because they got guys on the outside, they got guys at the running back position, and they have arguably the best offensive line in football. Shout out to Panay Sewell. We did a draft profile on him. We were huge, big on him, and he is definitely working out. So we are going to have our hands full defensively trying to stop, this very high powered offense.
Well, Crevonte, you want to kind of go into your keys to the game? I mean, Lions don't have a lot of injuries. Commanders don't have a lot of injuries. You want to get right into your keys on this pivotal game, and I know it is an 8-point spread. I mean, go back. It's an 8 spread or 9.5 now. Wow, we're going up 9.5. Crevonte, 55.5 over under. How you feel about that as well?
I think it's warranted because they put up 30. They put up 30 in their sleep. You know what I'm saying? And our defense is gonna be an uphill battle. So I'm not surprised. Our offense, we'll find ways to be able to score, but to keep pace with the Lions, much easier said than done. But I think of this matchup, the most concerning thing, and I'll just jump into, how I go around each position group defensively. Start with the D line. I usually like to start inside out. So defensive line. It's an uphill battle, like I said. This is one of the best offensive lines in football, with being able to run, being able to pass, and be very balanced. The best thing we have going for us is that Jared Goff is not a mobile guy. That's our saving grace, is that we don't have to necessarily chase him around pretty much all day. He's pretty much going to be a statue. So, as a defensive line, one, stop the run, stay in your gaps, be disciplined, because we have a hell of a backfield we're going against, and Dave Montgomery, even if he's 80%, he's still going to be a problem. Gibbs, a home run hitter. If we are undisciplined and not in our gaps, not staying home, backside, things like that, he can get out the gate on us. So we have to be able to be disciplined up front. Our linebacking core, like I said, I think it went from the worst to the best on our team in a season. Frankie Louvu is a monster, is a maniac. I believe he's second on our team in sacks, if I'm not mistaken. So we need a big game from him. Bobby Wagner, the leader of the defense, our signal caller. Just as they play solid and as consistent as they play, I know what I'm getting from those two. Now, and also same with the defensive line. Gaps, been able to scrape, stay backside. We have to be disciplined. Defensive line, y'all have to set the edges. Have to. Gibbs will get out the back door on us. Hell, he'll get out the front door on us. But defensive line, we have to be. Oh, look at that. Look at that throwback. Is that green? Oh, man.
That was against the Lions, Crevonte, where y'all went to the last Super Bowl, 41-10. That's what I meant to throw it in there as well.
That's amazing. Good times, man. So being able to stay in the gaps between, linebackers and D-line, stay in the gaps, being disciplined, set the edge. We have to do this consistently. We have to pay to rush. We got to pay our dues. We got to pay this up front to be able to rush the passer. And they present a huge barrier to be able to just rush the passer. Also, this is a key every week. I don't care what anybody says about it, because it's the most important thing. Tackle. Get these guys on the ground. Because again, Gibbs, he got out the window on us. He got the front door, the back door. We got to bottle him up, gang tackle, try to get the ball out of there. The most concerning part of our defense is the secondary. Marshawn Lattimore did not have a good showing against Mike Evans last week. Hopefully he's able to bounce back with another week of practice things like that. I love Mikey Sanford still. But our secondary is going to have their hands full. You forget about, well, not even necessarily forget. It's just that they have so much firepower, like everywhere. They got Amar St. Brown, Williamson, Laporta. Our secondary is going to have their hands full. Absolutely going to have their hands full. Got to be disciplined. Got to stay disciplined, because listen, the guys up front, y'all on your own, because we can't bring 8 in the box, man. It's gonna be tough. We can't out. I don't feel comfortable going 8 in the box, because I don't like us in man coverage against these guys. I don't like it. I do not like it. So if they kill us on the run game, well, if they kill us in the run game, it's over. They'll just be over. They'll put up 40. So locking things down the run game, and your fundamentals are going to come up big here, because also fourth down is the new third down, man. That's what this game is. Fourth down is the new third down. These are two Dan head coaches that like to gamble a lot. So our defense is going to have to make 1, 2, 3, 4, 10 extra plays on those key fourth downs. Flip to the offensive line. Number one, health. I'm glad everybody's healthy and together. Our offensive line has played better as the year went on, similar to our defense. It's played better as the year's gone on, but health is number one, and they are healthy, which is great which is great for our offense and our team. They present it's not as bad as it could be because Aiden's not playing. Well, is Aiden playing? I heard it's a possibility if they make it to the Super Bowl, he might
Nah,
play.
he ain't. Come on. Nah, he ain't playing. Come on.
Oh.
He probably got screws in his leg. I think.
Oh yeah, it's a wrap. But they got a replacement for him. The defensive line, man, they rush the passer really well. But I think it's also who did they just pick up?
Zadarius Smith. Zadarius from the Browns.
Yeah, Zadarius. They present because their offense is so good and they play with the lead a lot. A lot of times, those defensive linemen get an opportunity to rush the pass a little bit sooner than the average team. So being able to contain contain those guys up front is going to be a task and a challenge. But what can help with that? A running game. I don't know what's up with B-Rob. He got to get it together. He has to get it together. That 2 fumble game that he had few weeks back, he hasn't been the same since. I don't know if his confidence is shot or if it's in his head, but he got to get it together because we need him. The 1-2 punch that we have with B-Rob and Austin Eckler is really, really, really good. They do well, especially, at least Austin Eckler does very well in pass protection and in the passing game, and B-Rob is more of a force in the running game. Over the last, I feel like the whole month of December, we typically didn't run the ball well. It's been all Jaden. Jaden is the reason why our rushing attack looks better than what it really does. We haven't been getting much production from our running backs, and that has to change because yes, Jaden Daniels is a star in the making. Yes, he's proven that he can carry a team. Yes, he's proven that he's clutch, but we ain't never been here before. Jaden Daniels has never been here before. We don't want to put Jaden in a position, or Cliff Kingsbury as a play caller, to carry this team. And I'm not saying he can't do it, but I'm just saying at some point it's not going to work. You know what I'm saying? The way we've been going, we've been getting by. Being honest with you, we've been getting by with the theatrics of Jaden Daniels and the great talent that he's been displaying week after week after week. We do not want to keep doing that. This is a huge spot right here. So the running game has to come so we could be balanced on offense. So JD5 can do what he does best, especially with the defense on their heels. So yeah, JD5, play how you been playing, man. This is not it since the beginning. You can tell the moment is not too big for him. He don't care. Like, even when the doink happened, he's like, okay, on to Detroit. Everybody's going crazy. He's like, welcome. We're on to Detroit. And that's the perfect mindset to have as an NFL quarterback. Never too high, never too low, because there's going to be a lot of lows, and hopefully there's going to be a lot of highs. He's even killed no matter what's going on. And that's cool. Let us fans go crazy. You stay cool. You know what I'm saying? He's not worried about the different things that the Detroit Lions is going to present to him, because he believes in his ability, and I believe in his ability that he's going to play well and do well. But we got to bring our horses with them, with us, with us, just so it's not all on him. But in the fourth quarter, if that game is close, I want him to have the ball. I want him to have the ball in his hands. On the outside, wide receivers, pass catchers, tight ends. Zach Ertz, pretty solid, pretty consistent. Terry McLaurin, pretty solid, pretty consistent. Amazing. I really just downplayed him. He's been having an amazing year. Now holds the record for receiving touchdowns for the franchise. Terry McLaurin is probably the happiest person on this team. Probably the happiest person on his team because he got a quarterback. He got a guy that could get him the ball down the field. We need another guy though. Is it going to be Dyami Brown? I hope so. Amon-Ra St. Brown has been throwing shots. You know what I'm saying? Because Dyami Brown was picked before him in a draft. So he's taken a lot of this, personally. It was a big thing. Not so much this year, but definitely like last year. And, since we're having another matchup, it pops up again. So he's taking that really personally. And I think Dyami Brown should take it a little personally as well. Because I ain't gonna hold you. I thought this was Brown's last year. I just don't see enough production from him. And now, since the Noah Brown injury, he's been stepping up. He's been stepping up in a big way. And I'm glad he's really, especially last game, he's really shown up a lot of key catches, third downs, and things like that. That's how you stay on this team. That's how you stay on this team. And he's been coming up big, but it only gets bigger from here. So we need another guy. Hopefully it could be him. So yeah, that's pretty much, a look at all the offense, defense. Now special teams. Talk about special teams every week, Byron. Every week. You can win and lose. You can win and lose on special teams, man. It happens. I've seen it. Especially bad teams. You can definitely lose on special teams. We've been very consistent. First of all, Trust Wade didn't even kick it. He didn't even kick last week. No punts, which I'm sure he's cool with. If we have a game where we punt, this is not a game we want to punt. This isn't it. This is one of those games we got to put up points. That's how many points they scored this year.
That's the kicker by himself, Crevonte. That's him by himself.
My heavens. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, not the team. That's the kicker. So if you don't know who Jake Bates is,
go Google it.
That is their kicker. They're indoors, Crevonte, as well. Remember that.
Oh, it's buttermilk biscuits. It's buttermilk biscuits out there, man. But
rookie, by the way. He's a rookie, by the way, too. Rookie, by the way.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
God. So hopefully Tressway it has minimal work. And hopefully that's a good sign. Gonzalez. Hey man, he's been doing it last couple games. Make your kicks, man. Everyone counts. Your PATs, your field goals, it all counts. But he's been doing very, very, very well. It's probably gonna be Jameson Crowder, maybe a little Austin Eckler in the return game. Austin Eckler is probably one of our better returners in the kick return game. Jameson Crowder probably is going to take over punt return duties. I'm not sure. It could, I'm sure he's going to be in the return game in some way, shape, or form. But we've been pretty solid, but look at them. Dan Quinn and Adam P in the back. We've been doing really good on the special teams. Been very solid. So we need that, continuous performance. But general keys. Can I turn the ball over? Absolutely not. That it needs to be a fat donut in the turnover category. With a team that can put up 35, without your help, just think what they could do if you give them an extra possession or two. They could put up 40, maybe even a 50 piece at home. We don't need that. They're good enough as they are. We don't want to make it. We don't want to help their case. Turnovers. We have to win a turnover battle. Not only do we need to have 0, we need to win the turnover battle. It has to happen. With a team this high powered, we have to steal a possession or two. Have to. It's a must, because that helps flip the points a little bit. Take some points from them, give us points, because we're going to need them. It's like the bar is 30. We have to score in the 30s. I think a strategy that we should explore is being a ball control offense. You've seen what we can do, you know what I'm saying, when we played, you know, when we had to, like last week, we got the ball with 4.5 minutes left. That's it. That's a wrap. You're not getting the ball back. There's been quite a few times where we've had 7, 8 minute drives. We're gonna need some of those. But they have to end in touchdowns. We don't have time for 3 points. So Dan Quinn, if we in field goal range, he probably gonna look at Zane Gonzalez, and then he gonna look right at Cliff Kingsbury. What you got? Because this team can put up points. So we're gonna need 6. We're gonna need 6. We're gonna need 7. Let's see. So yeah, definitely have to win the turnover battle, with 0 being in the category of turnovers. Can't give them the ball, and we have to take the ball. I'm not saying 0, 0, 0. I don't even think 0, 0 is going to cut it. We need 0, 1, 0, 2 in the turnover category. Let's see. Yeah. Branch. Branch. I forgot. They got some guys in the secondary. They do got some guys in the secondary. But their defense is not world beaters. So we have to take our shots, and we have to be balanced offensively. But got to control the ball. We have to try our best to limit their possessions and take possessions away. That's going to be our best bet to win this game. And not only just cover, but win. And I like us to cover if we can do these things. But I like it even more if we that we can win if we could do all these things.
How about that, Crevonte? The 2 coaches right there. I want to talk about coaching 2 Dans, 2 gamblers, 2 riverboat gambling guys. One bites kneecaps. The other goes for every 4th down. The other one goes for 4th downs as well. How are you feeling about this coaching matchup? Obviously, as well, let's throw in Ben Johnson, reportedly linked as a front runner for a couple of head coaching jobs. We've heard it. Aaron Glenn, also a front runner, possibly even for a lot of jobs. I'm hearing even the Jets want him. I don't know why he would do it, but whatever. They're coaching for their NFL futures. And how about Cliff Kingsbury? Not hearing his name a lot, but he's still someone that is, and Joey Jr., somebody you show a lot of love to throughout the season. The coordinators outside of that with the coaches as well. A lot of good ones here, man.
Yeah. Coaching is amazing. This is an amazing matchup. And this is I guess this is a good problem to have for both of these organizations, that it's something to be said about a coach who can't keep coordinators. Because typically that means they're doing really, really well and getting and have the opportunity to get jobs elsewhere. Ben Johnson has all the leverage. You know what I'm saying? Like, I remember last year they was talking about, and this was a rumor, but like his number is 10. Like, as a first-time head coach, like his number is 10 million a year. I said, God damn. But it was a rumor. I don't think he actually said that, but who knows? Somebody said something about it. But he's gonna warrant a lot. He's gonna warrant some money, because what he's been able to do with his offense is it has been absolutely amazing. Aaron Glenn has done amazing with this defense and losing his best defender. This defense definitely got better as the year has gone on, but it also helps when you got that offense. I stress that enough. When your offense is putting up 35, you rushing the passer a whole lot more than average. But nonetheless, they're making plays. And the last couple games, especially against the Minnesota Vikings, my heavens, what a defensive performance. What a defensive performance from the Detroit Lions. How many sacks they had? 9?
Yes.
That's crazy. And remember, there's no Aiden Hutchinson. And they getting after him like it's 4 Aiden Hutchinsons down there. So that's the governor, Michigan's governor.
Yeah. Gretchen Whitmer.
Gonna pay. Hey, we coming, girl. We coming. Well, we probably.
How about this, Crevonte? How about this? Dan Campbell has gone for 4th down, an NFL high 151 times this season, most since 1991.
Really?
151 times.
Wow. You don't even think you would get that many 4th down opportunities throughout the season. And of course, 1991 comes up again. I will before last year, the last time they was in the championship game. You know what I'm saying? But wow, these are some gambling folks, man. This. I think they understand. Both these coaches understand where their strengths are. I think both of them do. They know who they are. They know what they have. They know points are going to be at a premium this week. So there's going to be there needs to be a bet, Byron. Whatever the over under for 4th downs between the two of them, it's got to be like 12.5 or something like that.
Over.
Like
I'm taking the over.
Whatever it is, I'm taking the over because I don't think neither one of these two coaches seen the 4th down that they don't like. And but they're really good at creating a culture. I said this before. It's not just about being good on your side of the ball. That's part of it, but you got to be able to lead men and have them buy into what you're trying to do, your vision. What culture are you trying to, are you trying to live by? Are you trying to have a foundation for? And that breeds success. And then you happen to have guys like Ben Johnson and Cliff Kingsbury that are hell of offensive play callers, offensive coordinators who are up for head coaching jobs. It's amazing. I don't think neither one of these teams are going to keep their offensive coordinators very much longer. Excuse me. But they understand what's going on and they understand what they need to do. And if they got to go for a couple extra 4th downs, they're going to do it.
Crevonte, the leading offense, we talked about it in terms of points, averaging 33.2 a game. Jahmyr Gibbs, a touchdown in every game last year in the playoffs. He's played 35 games, Crevonte, in his career. Remember him getting drafted high and people freaking out? 34 touchdowns in 35 games.
That's absurd. That's absurd. Like, if this offense gets rolling, I think, and another key, just general, they're going to get in the red zone. They're going to get on their side. They're going to get on your side of the field. Holding them to a field goal, or in this case, holding them to nothing, because Campbell going to go for it a couple times, a few times, all the time. I don't know. But being able to stop them on 4th downs, like I said, 4th down is a new 3rd down. And so instead of taking the 3 points, I would say hold them to field goals, but it probably won't be too many field goals kicked in this game. So yeah, but Gibby, Mean, especially in the red zone.
Lions have not won 2 straight playoff games since 1952, 1953. And the last time these teams met in the playoffs, 1999. The previous times they played, 82 and 91. Washington went on to win a Super Bowl, Crevonte. So how are you feeling? And what is your prediction for the game? The people want to know. Are you rolling with the Commanders in Motown?
Man, it's absurd because it's like they want they want me to say, because we reference in 1991 so much. Like every time, every way, they're associated. A lot of things is like, oh, since 1991, which was obviously the last time we won a Super Bowl. Do I think we're going to win the Super Bowl? It's a long shot. I don't think we have the roster for the elites to play against the elites of the NFL. But it's something special going on. We have a very special quarterback, JD5. He's doing unspeakable things, unbelievable things. Arguably, and I'm gonna jump out there and say it, probably best rookie quarterback we've ever seen. And what he's doing and what this organization was before he got here, and him walking into a situation and ball rolling. He's making play after play after play. Poise, calm demeanor. Last few seconds of the game, the fourth quarter, he plays the best. He plays the best at the end of the game, and to win, this is crazy. This is absolutely crazy. It's really special what we're seeing, and it's a long shot. We're 9.5-point underdogs, but man, we ain't been here so long. I don't know what to do with myself. We playing with house money. You know I'm a betting man. My head coach is a betting man. He's going up against a betting man. Hey man, I'm gonna sprinkle a little something on the money line, Byron. I'm going to sprinkle a little something on the money line, and I'm also taking us to cover the spread. We got a shot. It's a long shot, but I'm gonna take it. I'm gonna take it just because I'm on a high. We're playing with house money. It's all good, baby. It's all whatever happens, I'm cool with. But man, one more time. Let's do it. One more time. Jada Daniels,
Well,
NFC Championship sounds crazy, but we're already in a crazy spot. So why not? Let's get crazier.
yes. Speaking of getting crazy, Crevonte, with a new week of playoff football, we get a new Washington Commanders hype video. And I haven't watched this one yet either. I think it's only right that we play it for the good people and get them hyped and excited for the game on Saturday night on Fox with Tom Brady and the A-team. So let's run that, and then we can get the final thoughts on everything. And because Crevonte is feeling confident heading into Motown, let's go ahead and get that up for the good people here, and I'll play it for you guys. Let's see. There we go.
This team, man, one week after another. It's hard stopping, jaw-dropping. Can't look away until the final play. And if you don't believe by now, you just haven't been paying attention.
Oh, man. Winning time moments. I know people may be tired of hearing winning time moments, but that's real, and it shows up.
Because this is winning time. And winning time is our time.
Our time! Inside the 5! What a night it's been for Giambi Brown. That is an absolute unloading from Jeremy Chin.
Is the best contested catch receiver in the National Football League.
Washington fans have waited a long time. He is spectacular!
So give us your all-out blitz. 4th downs, last chance. Bank off the post, no time left on the clock. 1% snowball's chance in hell.
The Cardiac Commanders!
We'll take it all. Because in old DC, we find a way.
Do it again! We'll see you in Detroit!
That's right.
Crevonte, are you excited? I know you were already excited, but for those who don't know, you got to be excited, my guy. Divisional round playoffs.
Beyond excited. Beyond excited. We got an opportunity to do something we haven't done in a very long time. DC is crazy right now, and the fan base has come alive, and it's a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful thing to see. Man, I can't wait. This weekend of football is gonna be great, but both night games are gonna be potential classics. But I'm very, very excited for both of our local teams and their respective night games, and I wish us the best of luck, man.
Well, I guess we just kind of park there for a second, Crevonte. I know the Commanders play Saturday night, prime time on Fox. I know you like that, home of the Super Bowl. How you feel about this other divisional round matchups? Of course, Chiefs, Texans, Ravens, Bills, Lions, Commanders, and Eagles, Rams. Same four last teams in the AFC as it was last year. In the NFC, the Lions return as well. So, looking at this, Crevonte, how are you feeling about this divisional round, man? This is shaping up to be a good weekend, better than last weekend.
For sure. I don't think I don't think Houston got nothing for Kansas City. I'm not saying Kansas City's gonna blow them out, but I pencil Kansas City in the AFC Championship every year because that's what they do. That Bills Ravens matchup, we saw that coming, right? It had to be that, right? So for ratings, for viewership, Sunday night gonna be crazy. But I think we'll be the Chiefs and Ravens again. I think this is not by mistake. I think we're gonna see a similar matchup to last year, except it's gonna be in a different venue. Eagles Rams, I think something funky gonna happen there, man. Eagles Rams, I think something funky gonna happen. But you know what's crazy? Snow is in the forecast. Snow is in the forecast. So it'll be interesting to see how that affects. And I think it's gonna snow like right at game time too. It's gonna be snowing like in the afternoon. So it can be a classic just off the weather. So that's gonna be exciting. And of course, you know, Commanders, Lions. The Lions, it's gonna be crazy, man. It's gonna be crazy. It's gonna be loud. Being able to control, like, this is so much of a test. And Jaden Daniels is so, like, he's so ahead of his time. How can he manage the noise, the offense? Like, we gonna do the silent snap count. We have to, because it's gonna be so loud. It's gonna be so loud, so crazy. So it's really gonna be interesting to see how Jaden Daniels handles that.
Yeah, Crevonte, it's going to be interesting to see, man. But for at least one more time this season, we got one more in the tank, one more in the chamber. Another Washington Commanders post-game show, this time on a Saturday night main event. Can't wait, brother.
It's going to be amazing. Woo! The whole weekend. It's going to be good. You know, as we get deep into the playoffs, the competition rises. So I don't foresee too many blowouts. So I think all these games are going to be good for the most part. I could see the Chiefs-Texans game getting out of hand, but the Chiefs don't blow anybody out. So they'll probably just beat them normally. So yeah, it's going to be good. What's this comment right here?
I think I had mentioned the stat that they were looking to win back-to-back playoff games. I guess they won two. That was what ESPN said, Michael. I'm just reading what the ESPN said. Yes, y'all won 2 games last year, and y'all coughed up and choked against the 49ers. But we know what happened last year. We're happy that Detroit as well. When certain teams are good, it's good for the NFL. Crevonte, how about Detroit, the last team in the NFC North standing? All that hoopla all season, and they both eliminated in the first round, and Detroit's the only one standing.
Ain't that crazy? They knocked them out. Boom, 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 boom. Like, and the Vikings had a lot of hype. I know that's a letdown. I know the Vikings fans are hot right now because
We know a few.
we know a few. And with Sam Darnold, and it's crazy because, you know, I talk to the good brother Shane pretty often, especially during football season, and he just never believed. So he just was like, I told you. I saw this coming. And I was like, I wanted to believe that they could have beaten the Lions and got a number 1 seed because they were going to need it. And it just did not happen. So, and it's crazy because they talking about paying him. Oh, how you gonna let him go? So what you gonna do with JJ McCarthy? All those questions are back on the table now because of his performance in the playoffs. So JJ McCarthy is still very much in play. And let's not be too hasty with that checkbook, huh?
I know those Vikings receivers was pissed off, man. I can only imagine the meetings and words Justin Jefferson and those boys had.
Which is why it doesn't matter how good of a receiver, how good of a receiving core you have if you don't have a guy that can get it to him consistently. Justin Jefferson is arguably the best receiver in football, and he looked like I dare not say he was locked up. I'm just going to say his guy, his pass catcher, was seeing ghosts. And Jamar Chase,
Yes.
who's arguably the second best wide receiver, or a top 3 at least, not even in the playoffs. So take that with you, Will.
All right, Crevonte, I'll let you sound off, man. Final thoughts as we head into divisional weekend. Commanders, Lions, final thoughts on this wonderful matchup. Should be fun regardless of the result. I'm expecting 4 good games, and Saturday night, can't wait.
I'm just excited that we get the opportunity to do another post game, man. Like I've been watching the Ravens get pregame, post game, all just constantly. So it's great to have an opportunity to have another pregame and post game. So it's going to be a fun matchup regardless. It's just so much magic going. I can't imagine going against them right now. Even I know it's a long shot, you know, but let's make this interesting. Let's see how far we can go with this. Do you know if we happen to win this game, the Dallas Cowboys, oh my gosh, it's gonna be so much flack coming their way. Like not James Davis coming in year 1 NFC Championship and you $60 million quarterback. Man, we're not getting to it. But it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun regardless, man. But like I said, I'm excited for the ride. And is it gonna be over, or is it another loop coming?
Yes, Crevonte, for those in the chat, man, a lot of people filing in, Detroit fans, Washington fans. Let them know what we do here on the channel and how they can keep up and support what we do. And it's free, man. Hitting that like button and subscribe button in a world where everything's so expensive and we don't know what's going to happen next, especially with the inauguration coming up in a few days. Man, what can people do to support the channel?
And TikTok days probably numbered as well. But oh man, we got a lot of content on the Flex Zone podcast YouTube channel. We do pre-games and post-games for our local teams. That's the Commanders and the Ravens. So we're following their journey throughout this here playoffs. We have our flagship podcast on Monday evenings. We do wrestling, AEW, breaking news. We do a little bit of everything. So I'm guaranteeing that you're gonna find something you like on this channel. And hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the bell for notifications, and comments. We like the comments. We like to engage with our people. Shout out to the couple Lions fans that popped in. You know, it's always all love the competition, and it's going to be a fun one. But like, subscribe, comment, you'll find something you like. I guarantee it.
Appreciate it, Crevonte. Always a pleasure with you, my guy, no matter the day or time. Always good breaking down those Commanders. And like I said, Saturday, we get to do it again in prime time.
That's right. Yeah, man.
Make sure you guys Show some love to the co-founder, the Commanderlorain, the voice of reason, the captain of the Goofy ship, JD5's number one. It is Crevonte, baby. Check us out. You can see the wonderful, beautiful shirt there. Big shout out to Crevonte as always, and God's favorite host, yours truly, the associate producer, will be live on Saturday night, immediately following the Commanders and Lions, and we'll talk about the Chiefs and Texans and preview some of the Sunday games as well. Talk about the Commanders game, give you the breakdown, give you the preview of where they could be going next if they win, and recapping the season if they fall short. But we'll have that and so much more with you on the Washington Commanders post-game show. Crevonte, only place giving you sports how you want it,
when you need it,
and the number one home for your Commanders content as well. For Crevonte and the rest of the Commanderlorians and Lions fans, it's God's favorite host signing off. Crevonte, anything else before we get out of here?
Nah, man. Let's get. I can't wait for the weekend to start, man. I'm like, it's third. Damn.
Are you watching the game at home? That's what I wanted to ask you. I guess I'll ask you here. You don't know yet.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. It's cold, man. It's cold. It's cold outside, and I like. And when the Commanders are playing, it's like I like to be in my own space, just in case things don't go so well. I can all right. I can yell and scream at home.
Yeah, they're talking about in Buffalo it's going to feel like 4 degrees, by the way. So that'll be fun on Saturday night.
With the wind, is there much wind? Is there going to be much wind in Buffalo?
I'm hearing there could be some wind as well. So that's going to be the other goofy part as well. I see, I'm seeing teens and wind. So let me see. Snow flurries at times with little to no accumulation. Winds 10 miles per hour. Wind gusts up to 27 miles per hour. So there you go.
Okay. Looks like the Commanders are gonna make out because we're the only indoor game. all the other games gonna be outside in the elements. Y'all have fun with that, man.
We shall and we will. And how about that, Maryland giving up a game winner on the road? So I was watching that as we were previewing this Crevonte. So if you see my text message, hopefully we're not starting off the weekend on a goofy note with that. But nevertheless, check us out. We got Maryland content as well. Commanders content will be live Saturday, and Ravens preview coming to you tomorrow, and Sunday we'll be live with the preview and post game of that as well. For Crevonte and yours truly, signing off. Have a good night, everybody. Have a great weekend. We'll see you after the Commanders and Lions right here on the Flex Zone Podcast on YouTube. Good night, everybody.
Confusion of life, keep peace with your soul. With all its sham, drudgery, and broken dreams,